This is one of those devices I couldn't wait to test, the Nokia Lumia 1020. In this media check we will compare the quality of the camera at day and night, but first a brief overview of the specifications. The AMOLED display has a size of almost 4.5 inches with a resolution of 768 by 1280 pixels. This results in a density of 335 ppi, that's just slightly higher than the average. The Snapdragon S4 processor with 2 cores and 1.5 GHz is already working in the Lumia 920 and 924, but for the first time it's supported by 2 instead of 1 GB RAM. Besides 4G, NFC, 32 GB of memory and a xenon flash, the highlight of the 1020 is of course the camera sensor with 41 megapixels. The results have 34 megapixels in 16:9 format and 38 megapixels in 4:3 format. Nevertheless, the Lumia 1020 stays 10.4 millimeters thin, that's round about the size of the Lumia 920. Only at the lens and the flash in the back it has up to 14.6 millimeters, but that's totally okay, no comparison to the bulky Nokia 808. Even the weight of 158 instead of 186 grams is clearly lower than on the Lumia 920. Here you see a shot taken with a regular camera app of the 1020 having 5 megapixels. Below is a photo taken with the Samsung Galaxy S4 with 13 megapixels, and on the top you'll find a picture of a Nikon camera with 12 megapixels, the Coolpix P7700. The different sizes are the result of different resolutions and focal distances. The image of the Lumia shows good sharpness, more than the S7, but the exposure is a little too dark, so there's a loss of details at the trunk, for example. The app Nokia ProCam takes, in addition to the 5 megapixels shot, a photo with 34 or 38 megapixels. The sharpness of those images is way better than that of the S4 and the Nikon. You can see this the better when we zoom into the picture. Enlarged again, the Nokia shows grain, but you can still read the signs on the hydrant clearly, while you have to guess already on the S4. On the other hand, this is 2.4-fold enlargement only, and you see already a lot of grain and significant loss of sharpness. That's why the 41 megapixel sensor can't replace an optical zoom. Let's go on to the videos, which are recorded in Full HD by all 3 devices. Again, the different sizes are due to the different focal distances only. The Lumia is doing a good job, the best of all 3 candidates. The Nikon is a little less sharp, the S4 has pretty much grain. But the colors of the Nokia are, well, gaudy, to say it the polite way. The shutter priority is adjusting a little better on the Nokia than on the S4, so you can see at least some of the details in the dark parts of the picture on the right. But at the end of this pan shot you see how the optical image stabilizer is streaking a little. This stabilizer cannot compensate heavy shakes like here while walking, but smaller vibrations, like if you hold your phone in the hand, it can reduce quite well. But again, this clip has heavy color faults. In addition, there's a little grain and some artifacts from the compression, as you can see on the clouds, for example, but there's the same on the video of the S4 on a much higher level. Alright, let's go on to images in low light situations. First you see a test of the flash. The Lumia and Nikon have a xenon flash, the S4 a regular LED. But as you can see for yourself, the LED is surprisingly a little brighter. On the other hand, xenon flashes are quicker, so if you try to catch a fast moving object in low light, you have better chances with a xenon flash. On videos, the little focus light of the Nokia has no chance and the Nikon has no video light at all. And the LED of the S4 reaches just for 1 meter. That's because videos need much more light than photos. These pictures are shot in the light of a lantern. Here the big lens of the Nikon shows its dominance, followed by the Lumia. The Samsung catches the least light. When you zoom into the picture, you see that the sharpness is best on the Nikon too. For videos, the lantern doesn't give enough light for all three candidates. Here is an additional torchlight necessary, and then again the Nikon is best. The picture of the S4 is a little brighter, but shows very heavy grain, so rank 2 goes to the Lumia. So the bottom line is the camera of the 1020 is good, but not perfect at all. Especially it can't replace an optical zoom. Too heavy are the grain and the loss of sharpness when you zoom into the pictures. The results of the Samsung Galaxy S4 zoom with its 10-fold optical zoom are better, but it's extremely bulky and heavy. So at least in the segment of compact smartphones, the Lumia 1020 is best. But the Sony Xperia Z1 is already in the pipeline, so the 1020 has to face its next competitor soon. Photos in low-light situations are getting quite well with the 1020 and better than with other phones like the S4, but exaltation is feeling different. And the xenon flash isn't brighter at all than a regular LED flash, so phone cameras with small lenses keep being a compromise. Videos are getting alright, but you will have to fix your autofocus, otherwise it's always pumping like on almost all other smartphones too. The optical image stabilizer helps, but it can't work wonders. Slight grain, some compression artifacts and extremely intense colors are annoying, but that's something that most people can live with, I guess. After all, the camera of the Lumia 1020 can satisfy, but there's a lot of potential for optimization, especially concerning the videos. The Lumia 1020 can't replace a standalone camera, but on the market of compact mobile phones, it's top at the moment.